First up, we've got late-breaking news on the drought from our very own water ambassador, David Castaldo. He's standing by at the ponds. Good. Before we hear more about the weather, food critic Brian DeForge will give us a taste of something new coming to Beaumont. Whoa, Nellie! Look who just rode into town! Transportation correspondent Roger Berg will give us a look at how far we've come. And on a more serious note, military affairs correspondent Jeff Fox has the latest on upcoming honors for our veterans, police officers, and firefighters this summer. That's next on the Nightly News. This is KPAS Channel 12, the #1 station for news and information in the San Gorgonio Pass. Now for tonight's award-winning Nightly News, let's go to Brenda Knight.
From the top of Mount San Gorgonio to the windswept plains of Cabazon to all of the Inland Empire, good afternoon. Here's the latest at 12:30. There's an old saying, you never know the value of water until the well runs dry. In California, we're probably in the worst drought in 100 years. For a closer look at the situation and what Beaumont's doing about it, let's go to David Castaldo. David?
Behind me is liquid gold. We've had a long drought in Beaumont as well as the entire state of California. And in the unlikely event of sprinkles,
Beaumont to the rescue!
Wow, you guys think of everything.
Be water wise.
In everything you do.
And in the unlikely event of a downpour, even more water will get added into these ponds to percolate deep into Beaumont's basin. We've been having a lot of fun out here. I would like to introduce you to a couple of my friends. Jeff Davis of the San Gorgonio Pass Water Agency and Ken Ross of the Beaumont Cherry Valley Water District. They have a message for you.
We may be all wet now, but don't forget about drought-tolerant landscaping.
And be sure to check with your local water agency for tips on being water-wise.
Okay, that was David Castaldo and friends reporting live but soaked from the ponds. All right, next up, let's go to Brian DeForge for a delicious little story about what's coming up in our hometown
Dinner
menu.
on? Boy, I can't wait till this place opens in June.
Brian, we're live.
Oh, we're on the air. Well, folks, if you haven't guessed what all the hubbub's about, I'm at the new Farmer Boys right near the Walmart Shopping Center. I don't know about you, but I can taste that farmer burger already. And now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to run. Hi, Sherry.
Oh, hey, Brian. Guess what? Dinner's on.
Ah. Farmer burger. I'm getting full already. Well, back to Brenda in the studio. Hey, Strawman, want a bite?
Thanks, Brian. Some of us get all the mouth-watering assignments. I can't wait to try Farmer Boys. You know, Beaumont is one of the fastest-growing cities in California. About 400 new homes are going up this year, and motorists across the Inland Empire will love this. Next year, Beaumont will be building a new overpass at Highway 60 and Potrero Boulevard. Turning to transportation now, people used to say, all roads lead to Rome. Well, now all roads lead to Beaumont. 150 years ago, transportation began with stagecoaches and steam engines. Today, it's grown to include a busy freeway, miles of new roadways, and plans for several new interchanges. Let's go to transportation correspondent Roger Berg, who will show us just how far we've come.
Well, except for a few saddle sores, I can almost imagine being one of those pioneers who built this town. It's time to take a look and see what's ahead for Beaumont. Giddy up, Rosie.
Whoa, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Not so fast there, partner. I'm the law in town. And I say things gotta remain purty here in Beaumont. Now get down off that horse nice and slowly.
Okay, Sherry. What's the problem?
You get on over here. You got some messes to clean up, Mr. Bird.
Rosie, I don't know what's going on here, but we really got ourselves in some trouble here.
Let's go now. Clean it all up.
Okay, thank you. I'll clean it up. I tell you, just like get all this stuff. Now back to the story of transportation in Beaumont. It was 1961. Big machines and lots of men were building I-10. We knew life in our little Mayberry was about to change. Let's take a moment and see how far we've come over the years. Someday there will be an Amtrak train at the Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, and you'll be able to hop on the train and go anywhere. How about a modern roundabout at Cherry Valley Boulevard on I-10 to keep things flowing? And let's not forget new modern interchanges along Highway 60 and I-10. From all of this, it's pretty clear that visionaries have guided Beaumont from the start. For KPAS Channel 12, this is Roger Berg reporting live from the Inland Empire's hub of transportation. Now back to you, Brenda, in the studio.
Roger, thanks for the history of transportation and what's coming our way. And now, on a more serious note, let's go to our correspondent, Jeff Fox, for the latest on honoring our hometown heroes and protectors.
I'm standing here on hollow ground in the city of Beaumont. The Veterans Memorial, along with the Public Safety Memorial. We recognize those who gave the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty and those who served in the military in Beaumont and Cherry Valley and that wall behind me. It's a place of quiet reflection, a place where we can all express our deepest gratitude. We have learned that the Beaumont City Council has invited everyone to take part in 2 upcoming celebrations. On Memorial Day, the community will gather at 11 a.m. at the Veterans Memorial to honor those who served with great sacrifice. And at 10 a.m. on the 4th of July, residents will gather at the Public Safety Memorial to honor brave police officers and firefighters. And remember, just like the old saying, Beaumont will always be a small town, no matter how big we get.
Well, that was an inspiring report from our correspondent at the memorial. As we close our afternoon broadcast, from the stories that we've seen today, it's pretty clear the people of Beaumont are all family. Whether they're newcomers or their roots go back 5 generations, the people of this community work and play and live as one city to guarantee a brighter tomorrow. Yes, at times discord arises among us, but that's okay too, because different voices are a part of what makes our country strong. And if some doubt the path that Beaumont forges and the future that lies ahead, we might all pause just for a moment and remember the words of novelist Richard Russo. People in small towns share a destiny, and ours is a shining one.